Hello, I am Dr. C with a Two Doc Minds, and today I want to give you some ideas on how to create your own personal, professional development plan. Let's go. I am Dr. C. Thank you for joining us today. I am here to talk about your professional customized development plan. What is a customized development plan? It can mean a lot of things for a lot of different people, but for you, your customized development plan means you're taking steps and you're taking strategies and putting them into place in order to better your professional career. How important this is to you depends on where you're trying to go, where you're trying to be, what you're trying to do with your life. This is an essential tool that you can use, especially if you're in a transitional period in your life where you want to do something different, you want to work somewhere different, or you want to start working in a job that caters to your passion. And I think it is important for all of us to look at tools such as this so we can decide what is going to work best for us in our careers and our personal life. So looking at creating a personal, professional development plan is important because it allows you to sit back. It allows you to say, this is where I am in my life, in my professional life, in my personal life, which is essentially married at all times, and I can choose to do something different. I can move myself in a different direction at any time. So this professional development plan is good for you to use at any stage in your career. It's especially important if you're moving to a different industry. It's especially important if you're moving up in your job. It's especially important if you're just having a change of heart with what you've been doing for so long in your life. So let's look into what are some of the tools that you can use in your professional development plan. So the first thing that you can use in your personal construction of your personal development plan or your professional development plan is to take an inventory, taking an inventory of the things that you do well, and also taking an inventory of the things that you do not. So we have to look every time at ourselves when we're trying to assess whether we are capable of doing a particular job we're interested in, whether we are thinking about opening our own small business, or we're thinking about moving up in a corporation, or we're thinking about buying somebody out, or looking to start to build a new product, whatever that is. We should take an inventory of what that will look like with the current skill set that we have. So taking that inventory means that you're going to look at what you've done, the work that you've done, the duties that you've performed, the jobs that you've previously worked at, the courses that you may have taught, the courses that you may have taken. Of course, you can look at your education and you can look at your certifications, and that will also help you determine to where you are currently. What inventory items that you are looking at is going to help you to decide what to do next. That means that you know that you have a certain amount of experience, you have a certain amount of education that either meets the needs of your new venture or your new job position, or it does not meet the needs of that new venture or that new job that you're looking to get into. So that means what? That you have to take new courses, or you have to sharpen your skill set, or you have to take a refresher. Whatever that is, this inventory step will help you uncover what you are lacking in order to move forward in your professional development plan. This is like the best thing that you can get out of this professional development plan, because it helps to peel back the layers that you didn't already know about. It helps you to unveil some of the hidden things that you maybe have been ignoring, or some of the things that you have been procrastinating about. And I'm pretty sure if you've been looking at our channel, we talked about procrastination. So please review that video so you understand the impact of you procrastinating about certain things that you should take care of as it relates to your professional career. But in this instance, we're talking about your personal career development plan. And this essential step, taking inventory, if you took the right courses, if you practiced enough, like If you were a basketball player, did you shoot enough shots? If you are a specialist on the court about rebounding, did you practice enough rebounding on your off time to become the best rebounder there is? This is exactly what this particular step is in taking inventory is aimed to do. It's aimed to help you say, I need to work on this. I need to take this course. I need to read a book. I need to be better at something in order to achieve my career goals. And this is a great way to do it. The next recommendation for this particular idea of developing your own career plan is to visualize success. This is an exciting topic for me. I like to visualize everything that I do in this life, because if you are able to take this technique and visualize what you do, you can avoid a lot of pitfalls. You're like visualizing your future. You're predicting what might happen. You're putting yourselves in the situations you want to be in before you get there. So you are actually planning your road trip. Say you want to go travel to a different country. You're going to actually look at nowadays the road map there first, or the airplane flight, whatever. You're going to look at your trip first and have it planned out before you actually go on that trip. So sitting back and visualizing what you really want for your development plan, your professional development plan, is very important, because if you don't know what your professional development plan looks like before you start it, you're going to go in the wrong direction. I don't wish that you go in the wrong direction, but I hope that you're looking at you're visualizing your development plan in order to avoid going in the wrong direction. It's a great tool. So what happens when you go and you visualize this, your success, no less, is what's happening during this process is that you're creating a mental or visual image of what you expect your success to look like, meaning that you can take every component that you have at your disposal, meaning that you have your current life situation, just like you know what your skill set is and you know what jobs to apply for. If you're visualizing your success, you can look at and say, I have this at my disposal to be successful, and I need so and so more items in my possession to be successful, if that makes any sense. So envisioning your typical work day and your new role is also a very good thing to visualize. What does it look like when I do get to that new space in my professional career? What is it going to look like when I take on more responsibility? What is it going to look like when I move to a different city to take on a new position? What is it going to look like when I purchase a new business? All of these things you can visualize before you fully commit. So in developing your professional development plan, consider visualizing where it is where you want to be before you get there. Another step in this process in developing your professional development plan is to recognize your skills gap. It's a lot like taking an inventory, your skills, your current skills, but recognizing your skills gap is a little bit different, because now you have to say, I do not have the requisite skill set to qualify for this position, and I'm going to develop a plan to address my skills gap. Skills are very important to have if you want to upgrade into a new position, and if you want to get a promotion, if you want to do anything in your career, if you want to go to a networking event and you want to advertise yourself and you want to tell the people that are in that room that you're trying to network with that I have all of the skills necessary, but then they ask you, do you have this particular skill set? And you have forced to say, no, I am not up to date on this current skill set. It would have been a very good step for you to identify that skills gap before you entered into that networking room. When you network, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for the no's. You got to be ready for the yeses. And you have a better chance of getting yeses if you know what your skills gap is before you get into the room. And if you identify your skills gap before you get into the room, then you're able to address it and make different decisions. You're able to say, I'm going to take another course in order to upgrade my skills. So identifying your skills gap gives you a heads up on the game. It helps you to sharpen your tools. It helps you to stay fresh on your game. It helps you to do so many things. So this is a necessary step for you to promote yourself in your development plan, to get you moving and get you into the right space at the right time. So the last one that I'm going to recommend to you is to Create a detailed timeline. Creating timelines forces you to almost look into the mirror and say, these are the commitments that I'm willing to take on. These are the steps that I am going to force myself to adhere to. This is what I expect of myself. Committing to a timeline makes you say, I am going to be accountable to myself, that I absolutely have to meet certain deadlines by certain time sets. So this is important for your development plan, because your development plan, of course, should always have a timeline. You should always be some type of time restriction where you expect to be somewhere a certain time in your life, because time is very limited for all of us. So I hope that this finds you well. I hope that this development plan gives you some idea how we should be looking out to craft our own vision for our own selves. We are more in control of our future than you can ever imagine. We are more possible than we can ever imagine. We can do what we set our minds to do at any time, and using tools such as this and many more that we're going to bring to this channel is very important for you to take inventory of what you have and what you don't have, and what you can use and what you can't use. Business is up to you. Your professional growth is up to you. Everything that you want to accomplish is up to you. Always try to find your passion. Always try to look into something that you maybe haven't looked before, and don't be afraid to try new things. I am Dr. C. I am so glad you decided to visit our channel. I hope that this tool and many other tools that we have at our disposal for you find you well, and I hope that you're able to use it to the best ability that you are able to use. And if you have been able to use some of the advice that we share on this channel, please contact us, share it, and let us share it with others so they can be inspired by your journey, because your journey is important to all of us. Thank you again. I'm Dr. C. Like, comment, and subscribe, and visit us online on all our social media channels. And please comment when you can. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining our channel.